So I generally say I'm going to honor our time, and today please give me grace. We're going to probably run over 5 minutes or a couple minutes over. We've got an awesome project coming up that Jetty Ruiz, am I saying your name correct? You will speak it right when you introduce yourself. Who is coming to us? He's working with he's a flight adventure deck instructor, and I'm going to be quiet and let him take over and share what he wants to share with us.
Okay, thank you, Lauren, and thanks for having us. Let me go ahead and present this here. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show one slide, and because what I've got is via video, my presentation's via video, then you're going to be able to see it. Anyway, I'm Jetty Ruiz, call sign Bronco. When your students come out on a field trip, I'll tell them to either call me Mr. Ruiz or call me Bronco, either one, because that's how we do it in aviation. Okay, let me go ahead and now go to the next slide here.
Hello, I'm Jetty Ruiz, call sign Bronco. I serve in the United States Marine Corps, and right now I'm an instructor with the Escambia County School District at the Flight Adventure Deck, Naval Air Station Pensacola. And when I'm not there, I'm a facilitator in the Joint Operations Center over at the National Flight Academy.
Now you might be wondering, thinking, Bronco, what is it y'all do at the Flight Adventure Deck? What we do is we make learning math and science fun in an aviation-themed immersive learning environment for our middle schools within the Escambia County School District and also the Santa Rosa County School District. The field trips that we offer at the Flight Adventure Deck came about from our initiatives from a May 11th meeting within our science department. Due to COVID-19, we wanted to be able to offer live field trips in which the campuses would come to NAS Pensacola, the Flight Adventure Deck, and that would be pending approval of the Escambia County School District, Naval Air Station Pensacola, the Naval Aviation Museum, and also the Naval Aviation Museum Foundation. And that would be contingent on the situation with COVID-19. We also wanted to be able to offer field trips in which we would travel to the campuses, and that would be pending approval of the Escambia County School District, school leadership team, and also the teacher. During this time, we also developed remote Flight Adventure Deck field trips, which we could facilitate from anywhere. And those field trips would be pending approval of the school leadership team and also the teacher. Hopefully, sometime soon, we would be able to offer the live field trips when the schools return back to the Flight Adventure Deck. When we developed the remote field trips, we used a lot of the interactive tools which were taught by the school district. We had used Google Jamboard, which you can see a good example of that's right here. Also Edpuzzle, in which with Edpuzzle you've got a video playing, and then you can stop it at different times so that you can now have your students either answer questions or perform a certain activity at that portion of the video. Then also Flipgrid, and Flipgrid, that's real good at the end of a lesson or even as a formative assessment, in which what we did was to ask the students to show us 3 things that they learned that they never knew before, and they could make a video in which they could either make a movie, a newscast, a podcast, a poem, a story, a song on 3 things that they never knew before. Other tools that we use, Nearpod, which is similar to Edpuzzle, in which you're able to also stop a video at different times and have the students perform a activity. Pear Deck, and with Pear Deck what we're able to do is see the students' activities in real time. And also Padlet. In Padlet you've got quite a few different capabilities. You can upload a video, audio, you can type. However, Padlet is not something which we've got the ability or have that license with anymore at the school district. Then we also had various polls, Mentimeter polls, and Kahoot and quizzes, which both gamify learning. And other items that we did for interactive tools. We also had videos uploaded to YouTube. What I would recommend that you do, though, if you're going to make any videos, download them to your hard drive and play from there. This way you're not reliant on the Wi-Fi to be able to play your videos. And a great tool was Minecraft, and I definitely think this is top-notch for a formative assessment. Again, it gamifies learning, and what Minecraft is able to do is when you see these 3 top layers here on Bloom's Taxonomy, the students are able to go and create something. As they're creating it, they're definitely evaluating, they're also analyzing what they're doing as they progress through that project, and you're going to see a great example of that here. Okay, one thing which we had our students do to show that they understood the 4 forces of flight, which was lift, drag, thrust, and weight, we had them build an airplane in Minecraft that would fly. And one thing which we saw was that quite a few of their write-ups stated that they were not able to build it the first couple of times. It would not fly. However, as time went on, because their learning curve increased and they then understood the 4 forces of flight intuitively much more, they eventually were able to build an airplane that flew. Just as an example, if they built it too heavy, then it would be an increase in weight, and they probably didn't have an engine powerful enough to create enough thrust, which then it also had too much drag, in which it could not now generate enough lift. And from what you've seen of these videos that have been playing thus far, those are some of their accomplishments. What we'll do right now, though, is go ahead and go and watch one of the videos here.
And this is my Minecraft plane that actually works. So,
okay, and you're going to see here that the student is applying the 4 forces of flight: lift, weight, drag, and also
let's
thrust.
make it work.
This is the end product. This does not show what they accomplished the first few times. All it does is shows their end product.
There we go. That is my Minecraft system.
We are celebrating student achievement. Now, what we gave them for guidance was a video to watch. This way, they, if needed, they could go ahead and stop and play that video, which gave some basics on how to build an airplane that flew. Okay, here's another one. Okay, what those brown items are that you see in there, those are your pistons. Then you also have other different kinds of blocks, like slime blocks, which are green. The black box are obsidian, which are for the observer. The one thing which this does, and I picked this up when I watched the Minecraft introductory video, but you could tell that this is forming a foundation or a basic skill set when it comes to engineering design. Because what they're having to do is conceptualize, one, what an airplane looks like, what do they need to do to get it to fly, and then they go ahead and build it. If they don't have the right parts, then it's definitely not going to fly. If you don't use the pistons, then you're not going to have an engine.
Okay, so here's my airplane. Right here. This is what I made as my airplane. So all you have to do is store it. And you walk up to it. You get rid of that block. there's another slime ball right in front of it.
Aren't our young Panthers awesome? Building these fine airplanes. Okay, this I didn't see, but notice how this airplane, it's dropping some items. Okay, we say that it's not bombs, but it's dropping food, water, and also supplies. And this Panther also added some rain. As I mentioned earlier, you can determine the weather conditions in which your airplane flies. And it would appear that this student had a little bit more advanced knowledge on Minecraft. Now, one thing which some students did say is that they had used Minecraft before, but it was to build stationary items, stationary objects. And this was the first time in which they built something that actually moved. Now, that was amazing, wasn't it? In which you're able to see what students could accomplish using some of our tools. As you've seen, there are many tools which we can use which the school district taught, and learning can definitely be fun and also interactive and as hands-on as possible. And we've got many different types of assessments which we should use different types. This way students can excel in their various areas. And anytime we're constructing our learning and our assessments, let's see if we can make an assessment which can promote and have the students practice these 3 higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Anyway, I enjoyed it and looking forward to working with y'all here in the future. Ciao.
Okay, that's it. Any questions?
A lot of comments that you're going to want to read. People that are just really excited with what they're seeing. We were privileged to be in on the meet a couple times during that day. How many students did you have?
Okay, that was 66. Combinate. Well, all of them remote for me.
Yeah.
But with the teacher, actually 3 teachers, it was 22 per class. Some were remote, but most were in person.
A lot of excitement and a lot of challenges with that many kids in remote, but figuring it out and trying again later also. Thank you so very much for sharing that project. That was really exciting.